Okay, so now we've cleaned all these parts up fastidiously to ensure there's no remnants of paint. The oil well is clean, primarily because that's lubrication. It's imperative that it's clean so that the oil that is put in there is lubricating with clean oil and no contaminants. That's our 3 shims for the bottom of the foot valve, the retainer, the seat, and remember what I said, there's a taper on that seat, so it's a double-sided seat. Normally what I'll do is I'll pick the side that's been used because it's nice and concentric. If you wish to, you can use the other side of the seat. Just make sure it's nice and clean, and test it when you put it back in to make sure that the seat is sealed. So reassembly, where would I start? What on earth do I do? Well, basically what you need to do is get the fundamentals back in place. Now remember what I said, if you can't get this cylinder off the main body, what you're better off to do is put the piston back into this main body or cylinder. In this instance we can do it the appropriate way because we have managed to remove it. So as far as this is concerned, we start putting our O-rings back on. Now you see that the ring land that these O-rings sit in is beautifully cleaned and all our threads are clean. So do we just put it back in dry? No. What you need to do is you can use a bit of Vaseline. You can, if you want to, use a bit of anti-seize in the O-rings. A bit of Vaseline's best. And just a smear on the edge, run the O-ring round like so, and then flick it home. So by doing it that way, you've got a nice seal in there, like so. So there's no point in over lubricating any of it, because ultimately when we put this all together and complete the reassembly, you have to flush the machine out to get rid of any excessive lubricants, because you don't want that in your paint. So now that we've put that seal back on, that cylinder needs another seal on the bottom of it, which we'll do upon the last section of reassembly to ensure that I have put it in place. So the one item I do need to put back together is the piston, because that's the primary reassembly. So the piston, we've checked that, we've made sure it's not damaged. So what we'll need to do is put the packings back on to the piston stem itself. So which ones do we use? Well, they're too big, so they must be the top. Is that the right size? Yes, you see, there's no slop. It fits on the stem beautifully. So which way did the packers go? Can you remember? That goes in that way. So which way do the packers go back on? Well, the packings, you've got a retainer, and then your packings, which have been soaking here in throat seal oil, you've got 5 large and 5 small.